الله أكبر الله أكبر، أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله، أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر، لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وقالوا اتخذ الرحمن ولدا سبحانه، بل عباد مكرمون لا يسبقونه بالقول وهم بأمره يعملون. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يشفعون إلا لمن ارتضى وهم من خشيته مشفقون. ومن يقل منهم إني إله من دونه فذلك نجزيه جهنم، كذلك نجزي الظالمين. أولم ير الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي أفلا يؤمنون. وجعل فيها رواسي أن تميد بهم وجعل فيها فجاجا سبلا لعلهم يهتدون. وجعلنا السماء سقفا محفوظا وهم عن آياتها معرضون. وهو الذي خلق الليل والنهار والشمس والقمر كل في فلك يسبحون. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين، الرحمن الرحيم، مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين، اهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. وما جعلنا لبشر من قبلك الخلد أفإن مت فهم الخالدون كل نفس ذائقة الموت ونبلوكم بالشر والخير فتنة وإلينا ترجعون وإذا رآك الذين كفروا إن يتخذونك إلا هزوا أهذا الذي يذكر آلهتكم وهم بذكر الرحمن هم كافرون خلق الإنسان من عجل سأريكم آياتي فلا تستعجلون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين لو يعلم الذين كفروا حين لا يكفون عن وجوههم النار ولا عن ظهورهم ولا هم ينصرون بل تأتيهم بغتة فتبهتهم فلا يستطيعون ردها ولا هم ينظرون الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. There is one dua request from a brother in our community who wishes to remain anonymous, but he was experiencing severe chest pains and had to be taken to the hospital. He's doing fine now, but we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant him strength, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to not make it something complicated and leading to other harm. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them health. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant him sabr and patience and ajr for their sabr. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for all of us who are dealing with struggles in our health and our well-being. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us strength. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us comfort, to grant us healing, to rid us of our ailments and our sickness and our hurt and our pain. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant this for all of us and all of our families, and may Allah protect all of us and all of our families. Ameen. Um, I had mentioned last night to Brother Nasir is here today. His cousin passed away overseas in Pakistan, very young age, leaving young child behind. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to also grant him maghfirah and rahmah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to elevate his status in Jannah, to reunite him with his family in the hereafter. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the provider and the sustainer and the maintainer of his family and his children. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be the guide and the support and the aid of their family. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant all of ours who have moved forward pardon and forgiveness as well. Ameen. Inshallah, after the sunnah prayers tonight, I will continue talking about what we had started talking about in the shade of the month of Safar, superstitions. The month of Safar would be known as a month of bad luck and evil in Jahiliyyah. How the Prophet ﷺ countered that, and what's his teachings in regarding to these type of things. Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. So, yesterday I shared with you what the Arabs considered the Arabs of Jahiliyyah, not all the Arabs in the Middle East today, but the Arabs of Jahiliyyah, what they considered about the month of Safar. It was overall an evil month. Don't do big things, don't make big moves, don't make big decisions in this particular month. It is a month that brings curse, etc., etc. So this was just one of the things, okay, that they used to do that they would get this evil feeling, okay? And as I mentioned yesterday, it's based on the fact that obviously the future, anyone's future is always unseen. Okay, and there is this sense of curiosity and also anxiety of what's going to happen tomorrow. But what if I don't wake up tomorrow? Right? You're always thinking about tomorrow, right? But to become cynical and negative and have an ill feeling about something that you may do in the future or go to in the future, or some decision you may make that affects your future, to derive an evil feeling and an evil vibe from something just for the sake of that being something, okay, is something that is haram in Islam. Okay, it is considered a shirk, because the one who gives khair is also the one who takes khair away. Okay? The one that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's name is An-Nafi', the one who gives benefit, and Al-Mudir, the one who also takes benefit away. That's only in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's hands. So apart from thinking of the month of Safar, there was also something that they used to do, which is called tatayyur. Okay? Now what is tatayyur? It is, so basically this is what happened. So let's imagine there's an imaginary line between you and me, right? There is a bird sitting there. Now, I have to make a decision, okay? Whether I want to invest my money in this stocks or this camel caravan going to Syria, okay? Or should I sit out? Should I invest, or should I do this thing? Or not do it, invest or not. Okay, there's a bird sitting there. They would try to scare the bird. If it moves this way, if it flies that way, I will invest. If it flies this way, then I will not. Now, you may think that flipping a coin to see who plays, or eeny, meeny, miny, mo, right? What's the one in Urdu? Itar bitar. Akar bakar, Bombay Bo, right? Asina pura. So here's the thing. Here's the difference. They would think that, okay, the bird went this way. Now, if I don't invest, it will bring me evil. Right? Imagine you got information that, oh man, bada paisa banega, like, hey, it's gonna be really, really good. No, I cannot, even if mind makes sense that I will make money, I cannot, because the bird flew that way. So you see how it's being flipped now? Okay? And this is what they would do in the times of Jahiliyyah for their decisions, for fulfilling their necessities. Okay? And they would think that now if I go against it, it is going to be shar, and it is going to be evil. And so this word, so bird. Okay, what is bird called in Arabic? Ta'ira. Right? What is the plane called in Arabic? A tayyara, right? A ta'ira is called a bird, okay? Because the Arabs had such, like, this was something that was done a lot, okay? Because this was something that was so deep rooted in that culture, the word ta'ir started to mean nasib. The word ta'ir started to mean nasib. And if the bird went the way, if you went against the bird, that is bad. That is evil. If the bird goes in, if you go against the bird, it is a source of evil. This is why the word, if you read Surah Yasin, right? قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا. The two and then plus one prophets in Surah Yasin that were sent to a city. What did they started telling the prophets? That we إنا تطيرنا بكم. We are getting ill fate because of you. Ever since you came, like you being here is bad news for us. And then what did the prophet say? قالوا طائركم معكم. Your fate is with you. In other words, if something bad happens to you, that's because of you. It's not because of us. So the word ta'ir, your bird, قالوا طائركم معكم, your bird is with you. It doesn't mean your parakeet is with you in your cage. It means nasib. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran has used the word ta'ir. وَكُلَّ إِنسَانٍ أَلْزَمْنَاهُ طَائِرَهُ فِي عُنُقِهِ. And every human being has their bird stamped on their neck. In other words, yeah, if the bird goes this way or that way, that's not what's going to bring khair. That's not going to change your fate. Your fate is on your chest. Your bird is hanging around your neck. It's with you. Whether it flies this way, you can't fly away. What's yours cannot fly away from you. So it's in your neck. So the word ta'ir is used. And at the same time, when you think about the word, at some places the word ta'ir is used, like in Surah Mulk, right? أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى الطَّيْرِ فَوْقَهُمْ صَافَّاتٍ وَيَقْبِضْنَ مَا يُمْسِكُهُنَّ إِلَّا الرَّحْمَنِ. Don't they see the bird that flaps its wings up and down, gliding into the sky? It is Allah who keeps that bird in place. So many times in the Quran, through the bird, Allah reminds that what is the driving or the flying force behind the bird? It's Allah. It's not the bird. A bird doesn't decide your fate. Okay? So this is one way that the Arabs would decide their fate. Another way would be al-istisqam bil-azlam. So basically, they would get you've heard of a magic 8-ball? The magic 8-ball? Right? Not to promote this, but it's like the black cue ball from pool. Okay, and it has a little triangle cube. It has gel inside, and it has a cube inside that says, "Oh, good, not good, bad," stuff like that. So you shake it when you want to make a decision. You shake it, and okay, this means okay. This is the comment that it gives. Okay, so yeah, these things are amusing and stuff like that. But to put your belief in these type of things, to do these type of things. Why do you even need something like that? Okay? So to put your iman and yaqeen on some type of indication that evil is going to be derived, we're not talking about good. We're talking about evil. Good is going to be another night. Okay? So istisqam bil azlam. Whenever they wanted to make a decision, they would have these arrows. Okay? Like if you needed sticks to draw sticks, where's the closest sticks you have? On my back. So you take your arrows out. So what they would basically do is they would have a bunch of arrows, 3 or more, and on one arrow it would be if'al, just do it, Nike. And the other one, la taf'al, don't do it. And the other one, it would have nothing written on it. Okay? So whenever they wanted to do something, just like the bird, they would draw the arrow. Oh, do it. Now, if I don't do it, it's going to be bad luck. Don't do it. Now, if I do it, it's going to be bad luck. And one blank, that would be, try again. Really. It would be try again. So that if in the next one after that it says do it, oh God, you better do it now. That's it, because it raises. So the Prophet ﷺ has said in a hadith that I am the son of 2 dhabihs. Which prophet is known as Dhabihullah? I'll wrap this up in 1 minute. Dhabihullah. Ismail alayhi salam. So he said, dhabih means the one who got slaughtered. And what actually that means is the ones who were put up for slaughter, but they didn't get slaughtered. He said, I'm the son of 2 dhabihs. Now one is Ismail alayhi salam. Who's the other one? His dad. Anyone know why? So Abdul Muttalib had a dream in which he was given the indication of where the well of Zamzam was buried, because it was sacked, it was buried. The people who ruled before Quraysh, they trashed the city before they left. So it was buried in underground. And for generations and generations, it was lost. And then Abdul Muttalib saw a dream. Anyways, long story short, he digs it up. Now that's a big deal. Like, Makkah made Makkah, Zamzam is what Makkah made Makkah the first time. Okay? And now it's going to make it back up the second time. Zamzam, unlimited source of water. So he redug Zamzam, and that time he had one son. Okay? So he made, because that was a joyous occasion, he made a dua that, oh Allah, if you give me, my son helped me dig this, give me as many sons. If you give me 10 sons, I'll give you one back. I will slaughter my 10th son. He had 6 daughters and how many sons? 10 sons. He had 16 children. His 10th son was the father of the Prophet ﷺ, Abdullah. Yeah, and when he got mature enough, it was time for him to go on the chopping block. The people told him, no, you can't. And he's like, yeah, I know I shouldn't and I can't, but I got to because I made this pledge. So they consulted, and then they finally went to a kahin, which is, we're going to talk about kahin one other night. Okay? And I lived in New Orleans for 25 years, so I can tell you about a kahin. And the kahin basically came up with the idea of do this arrow thing, that pull out the arrow, and if it says to slaughter, then in exchange, okay, 100 camels. 10 camels in exchange for every arrow that gets pulled out that says slaughter him. 1 arrow. Okay, 10. All right. And then you basically keep on, and then when you get the other arrow, where that stops, you give that many camels. So multiply it by 10. Arrow, 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 arrow. How many get left? 2 more. Arrow, arrow, not. 100 camels. He sacrificed 100 camels in exchange for the life of the father of the Prophet. That was done on this. Okay? And therefore, later on Islam, if you kill someone, if someone gets killed, what do you call it, retribution for that? A life for a life, or if the family wishes, blood money, which is called a fidya, which is 100 camels. That was the standard for not the value of life, but the amount that is owed for exchange someone's, for the ransom of someone's life. So to ransom your own life from not being killed, you give 100 camels. And if you couldn't afford it, the whole tribe has to do it. They got to do it. Or guillotine. So, anyways, we'll continue. Jazakumullah khair. Sorry, I went 4 minutes over. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah wa bihamdi. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.